Tonight we are spending the actual night on Mars in VR, sleeping in the headset on actual 3D scans from the rovers, and it is massive. Whoa, this is one small step for man, and still a pretty small step for me because I'm too damn tall. This is the actual photo scans of the Martian landscape from the Curiosity rover. This is the real Martian landscape. This is no bullshit. This is Mars. So I have a couple of goals. One, I bought freeze-dried food from the Trader Joe's. I did not know that they had a Mars location. We're gonna eat freeze-dried food like a real astronaut if I can speak English. We're also gonna take an oxygen reading. We're gonna scan the place for life. And then I think I'll have to send out a radio transmission back to Earth. So we'll transcribe that and set that up. Oh, you can see Curiosity's little tire marks here. But for now, let's get the lay of the land a little bit and explore and just kind of absorb being on Mars. I mean, this is pretty wild, guys. So yeah, just like that, our night had begun, and I began to poke around the Martian landscape, acclimating to our sister planet. Since Mars is up next for our species, I wanted to do this one to get the planet warmed up for any future real astronauts that will come here, but also because it isn't a horror game, and I needed a happy overnight for once. I just realized, we're in the middle of a giant freaking crater. We're surrounded by mountains. So I read some factoids about the scans Curiosity made of this area and learned it was an ancient lake bed at one point, which is pretty wild to think that this planet was once pretty Earth-like and now looks like the surface of Chester the cheetah's scrotum. Regardless, I knew I'd be sleeping on this photo scan and would return later, so I hopped into a different Mars simulation to accomplish a few tasks before I caught some Z's. Yeah, we're gonna try and find a little spot, hang out, and maybe take an oxygen reading and just kind of explore the landscape a little bit. If I can somehow get in the car, or maybe the rover. Yep. Holy shit, this feels weird. Hold on. Whoa. Dude. I'm gonna get sick. How do I move? Whoa. Whoa, shit! Holy fuck. Dude, I might fall over. No, shit! Oh, fuck. Dude, I'm like off balance. Who fucking hired me? I can't turn, dude. Okay. Mission aborted. Wait, no, cut that. So the controls for driving this buggy were super jank in VR, like most flat screen to VR applications, or I'm just too stupid to know what to push. It's not like there are any instructions for any of this. Now we're cooking. I like just imagining that like mission control back home is like watching a feed of all that. And they're like, do we have to charge him with the DUI, or like, because it's not within our jurisdiction, does he get away with it? I will say that driving around this environment, LARPing like I was actually there, was fucking awesome. Seeing comets fly over me and being in this expansive Mars-like environment was scratching some young childhood dream that I think a lot of us kind of have. Whoa. Dude, this is actually kind of sick. We should take an oxygen reading up there. We made it. Holy shit. Yeah. I would pee off of this. This is nuts. We have reached high enough altitude. Visibility is a bit thin. I think this is the perfect opportune locale for an oxygen reading. It is a highly technological piece of equipment. Now the boys back, I like to call the boys the Wubbaboos. My brubbers put together their little noggins and whipped up this mighty fine piece, this oxygen reader. So we're gonna take a reading and see, and report back to mission control, I guess. Yep. Okay. I think the device has been activated. It is scanning. Let's see. Maybe give it a little shake. 96, 97%, 98%, 99% clean air. I call bullshit. It's like smoggier than Beijing. I think it was pretty evident that if this was a job interview for NASA, I would not be getting a call back. But I still had another chance. If I could take a good life reading, maybe, just maybe, my parents would be proud of me. So I drove around in the rover looking for a good spot to test the soil for life. That's a nice pile of rocks there. As I drive right past it, whatever. There we go. I have my eye on this outcropping. That is one hell of a structure. Get the pipe out of the trunk. What? A scientist always comes prepared with the right tools. If you're going to use the right tools, you got to have the right materials to use the tools on. Fortunately, I apparently only brought the most slippery pipe in the world. What the fuck? Okay, you're gonna have to cooperate with me today. I know you don't like doing your job, Mr. Pipe, but like we gotta take a life reading here. Okay, let's see. Remember, we trained for this. Oh. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah. Oh yeah. So far, so good. Maybe we'll find like an amoeba, or maybe we'll find like protozoic amoeba. Oh my god. It appears we did find something. What is this? Jesus. Humanity should have never come here. We found a Babby doll. Let's see. Give me that. Okay. Remember what I said. We need the right tool and the right material. Are you an amoeba? Are you a fossil? The fuck? It's a fossil. That means it's a fossil. And when the pipe does that, there was an answer. It's a fossil. Okay, we got to take it back to base. Let's get this fossil out of here. Oh my god. It's just, oh my god. Oh. What the fuck? Whoa, I'm outside of my rover. Oh my god, the fossil did this. It made me do that. It must have made me do that. What the flip? Smart fossil. Baby doll. Fuck. Yeah, you win this time. Now, unlike the oxygen test I did, I was definitely proud of this test. It went very well. Neil deGrasse Tyson is blushing somewhere. What we'll do is we'll kind of kip up and chill for a little bit. And then maybe we'll have a little bit of din-din with the freeze-dried astronaut food. What do you say? And we'll worry about doing a radio transmission a bit later. But I also think I need to get out of this. No! Fucking hell! That was not what I was trying to do. And I think I need to take the spacesuit off. I mean, it's a hazmat suit. I got it as just a goof for the video, but yeah, this shit is it is spicy in here. So yeah, let's do this. Holy, nice. Hazmat suit be gone. Woo. All right, dude, I am so wet. I think that this technically makes me the first stripper on Mars, by the way, so I'm quite proud. But regardless, it was time to chill a little bit, so I spawned a table and a little bit of set decoration. You know, I put like a little bit of Chinese takeout on the table, a melon. The melons did not want to be a part of the video and they ran off. Okay. Uh-oh. Holy shit, let the president know we have a watermelon running loose on Mars. Yeah, then I just kind of chilled. I was listening to my audiobook while I stared out across the Martian landscape, just watching the comets fly by until it was dinner time. All right, taking out the earbuds, listening to Words of Radiance, Brandon Sanderson, great book. And I think it is time for a little snacky snack, and what I'd like to call the first Martian mukbang. Let's do it. All right, guys, it is time for a little dinner, a little astronaut space food. Only freeze-dried, so we're gonna decide which one is the best. Okay, so first up, we got mango. Let us open her up and see what this mango's got for us. There we go. Okay, there you go. I can't really see it. This feels big. It feels chalky. Feels like something Olympians would use and crush between their hands before going pole vaulting. Smells like Mars. Pretty good. It's like a big Lucky Charm. You know, that is actually not bad. Next one we got is freeze-dried bananas. I'm excited for this one. I really like banana stuff. Okay. This one feels more like a wood chip. So let's eat it. Very intriguing. It'd be crazy if some mirage out in the distance, I just see Review Bra like looking at me and just like nodding, giving me the thumbs up. You know what? That is a more subtle flavor. It's not nearly as strong as the mango, which is kind of surprising to me. And up next, we have freeze-dried strawberries. Is my head poking out of frame? No, we're good. Fucking 5-second rules only on Earth. Whoa now. Easy does it. That is totally different than the others. This one's a lot softer. Okay. I like that one. I like it. It's kind of funny. So we went in order from worst to best by accident. But yeah, that was the first Martian mukbang. After tier listing freeze-dried Trader Joe's, I checked out a few other real photoscans of Mars from rovers like Curiosity, Percy, and Insight, but they were less high fidelity than the first one, but it was still cool seeing other real photoscans of Texas. Or Mars, same thing. Eventually, I returned to the real photogrammetry of Gale Crater to get ready for my radio transmission before going to sleep. I think this is a good spot for a radio broadcast to humanity. The ground looks kind of like chocolate milk, but whatever. It'd be funny if this was the radio broadcast and was like, he's talking about chocolate milk. Testing. Greetings, citizens of the world. I'm on freaking Mars here, sending this communication across the stars. I've been eating not but freeze-dried mangoes for 5 hours on this red-hot, erroneous, ironous is the word, scalp of a rock. You know, and I will say this, I have discovered pretty much nothing. I did find a baby, a Fisher-Price toy in the dunes, and I think a few watermelons are running loose. But regardless, while you mosey across the street at the 7-Elevens and you get your roller dogs, I see you as but a pale blue dot. I'm looking at the Earth. Somewhere. All the hopes and dreams of all of humanity. Every life and death is taking place on this pale blue dot. And now I'm just ripping off Carl Sagan. And that's about it, you know. Signing off. Fuck it. Okay. that was pretty good. Like if that was the transmission and everybody was glued to the TVs and like that came through, like that'd be pretty good. People would be like super stoked to hear all that. But yeah, I think what we'll do is just kind of chill and absorb the atmosphere. Well, so it is getting pretty close to midnight, and I don't know if I'm super tired, but I am getting a little tired, so I think we'll probably just start trying to go to sleep. I think what we'll do is roll out the bedroll, we'll get up into the chair that leans back, which is like almost bed-like, but not, and we'll kip up maybe, and I'll listen to my audiobook and start trying to go to sleep, because I do have work tomorrow, oddly. Like, what did you do last night, Dred? Like, I slept on Mars. What? So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll probably just start winding down for the night. Now, this simulation didn't allow me to construct anything, so I was going to have to just plop myself down on the literal surface of the planet and go to sleep. But in real life, I pulled out my comfy chair, got some blankets, pulled the lint out of my belly button, and nestled in for a glorious night on the red planet. So this one was a bit tricky to go to sleep in because in the simulation it was daytime and it messed with my circadian rhythm, I feel like. Tossed and turned for a while, was even listening to desert white noise on my phone to get in the mood, but eventually I got to sleep and slept for about 4 hours from 2 to 6 a.m. Here's the real footage. Time sped up a little, but that counts. I'm officially the first person to sleep on the surface, kinda, a real, mostly fake Mars. It's historic. I'm recording this a few days afterwards. Essentially, I woke up at around 6 in the morning and just went straight into the other room and went to sleep. I really slept bad. I actually slept better in Outlast and in Alien Isolation. The next day, I was super groggy. And again, I think it's just because the sun was shining or something. Like it was just bright going to sleep on Mars, you know, because there's no night cycle. But I think it was actually really fun. I loved driving around in the buggy and like, you know, LARPing, doing some goofy like space astronaut stuff. The photo scans were also awesome, and like just kind of like immersing myself, like pretending to be like on the Martian surface is actually, it was just super cool. The one thing that stood out is like it just felt really like isolated. You just feel super alone, being like, wow, humans are like so far away, right? Even though I was just in my room. Regardless, we have opened a memberships thing for the channel. So I'll be uploading raw footage of some of these overnights and future overnights where you can just see the whole unedited overnight. You can join pretty cheap. If not, don't worry about it. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Subscribe or I will clog your toilet. That's a guarantee.